Hello and welcome to a custom LEGO Minecraft build video. This is the first of what I hope to be many videos in this theme, so I hope you enjoy and check back for more. For a bit of backstory before we get into the video, Minecraft is my favorite game of all time. Ever since I saw the first official trailer drop in 2011, I had to have it. And from the moment I loaded into my very first world, I fell in love with the game. One of the coolest aspects of Minecraft to me is all the various unique biomes you encounter and the mobs that reside within them. So when LEGO started producing Minecraft sets, I had this idea to replicate these biomes and naturally generated structures into tiny physical LEGO dioramas to have on display. Along the way I've grabbed sets here and there, but I've never actually built them because I'm personally not a fan of the official LEGO builds. Instead, I dump the loose pieces into plastic storage containers and separate out the minifigures, mobs, and other unique items such as crafting tables or furnaces. All of these loose items end up sorted into different labeled bags of the biome layouts I intend to build, but I've just been procrastinating getting to the actual builds. And that's why I want to give a shout out to Caleb over at Cheesey Studios, because recently he started doing these types of Minecraft builds as well, which inspired me to finally start creating my own. I definitely recommend checking out his channel, and I'll have it linked in the description below, because as of this video's upload date, he's got 5 amazing biome builds up, and I believe he has many more planned to come. Without further ado, let's get into the build process for my custom LEGO Minecraft Swamp diorama. For these builds, I am going off the established LEGO criteria that a single Minecraft block is equal to a 2x2 wide and 5 plate tall LEGO brick. This ratio makes the build process relatively easy because you can first construct the build within Minecraft Creative Mode, where you have an unlimited amount of resources, which is how I started this build. Once I got the design I wanted, I took to the Mechabricks workshop and digitally created the build in LEGO, not only to help myself build the physical item when the time came, but also because unfortunately I don't have a large LEGO brick collection at my disposal for custom builds, and had to make a couple Bricklink orders to complete this build, which wasn't cheap. On that note, I do want to give a shout out to these 3 Bricklink sellers though, for their fast shipping and well-packed LEGO parts. Without them, this build wouldn't be possible. I've linked their shops in the description below if you'd like to show them some love. With all that out of the way, let's get to the actual build. I'll start with 2 gray 16x16 base plates. Then I'm going to fill in the bottom layer with solid blocks. I'll be using dark blue to represent the murky swamp water found in the biome, reddish brown for dirt, and a bit of tan for sand to add some color variety. Next, on top of the solid blocks, I'm adding plates to raise the level of the ground above the water. For the filler bricks, I'm using red because not only is it an abundant and cheap color, it won't be seen anyways. I'll be tiling off the water here since it's not as tall as a block. To keep the murky color, I'm using translucent dark blue, and I'll be leaving some spots for lily pads and tree stumps. Now the last thing to do on the bottom level is to tile off all the ground blocks. I'll be using some brown plates for the tree stumps and tiles with jumpers for plant life and mobs. Before I start the second level, I need plates around the border to raise it up and red plates in the filler area. With the ground evened out now, I can create the second level. Adding another plate border will raise it to the level needed to be tiled off. But first I've got to fill it in with those cheap red bricks. Now I can tile off the entire upper level. I'll be using some brown plates for the witch hut support beams and tiles with jumpers for plant life and mobs. Next I'm going to build the tree, and I'm getting a bit ahead of the curve by building a mangrove before they're implemented in this year's Wild update. I hope once that's released we can also get the new frog mob in LEGO form, and I can then add it to this build. Now onto the leaves of the tree. I'm just using lots of dark green plates and tiles to create a big blocky double layered canopy. On 2 sides I'm using some brackets in order to dangle vines from the tree. For the vines, I'm just using the official alternating angled plate build. When attaching the front set to the tree, I realized the stump is a bit in the way, so I'll have to modify that later with an extra 1x2 plate. Next up is the witch hut. This isn't a player structure, but rather a naturally generated one only found in swamp biomes and occupied by a hostile witch. I've also included a cauldron for brewing potions. For the roof, it's just one layer and it's surrounded by stairs, which creates an angled look. All that's left now is to populate the environment, so I'll start off with some blue orchids. Then in the small stream I'll build 2 lily pads with the same build found in official Minecraft sets. All around the witch hut I'll add some brown and red mushrooms. Then I'll add some hostile swamp mobs. And lastly, the man of the hour, Steve. I plan to alternate between using him and Alex in these builds. So that's a wrap on my custom LEGO Minecraft swamp diorama. Thank you so much for watching, and if you happen to enjoy, be sure to let me know with a like, and comment what you'd like to see in the future. See ya!